This video will help you create space and separation between different tracks in your mix, and hopefully improve your understanding of signal flow at the same time. It's not simple kick and bass sidechain compression, because that's been covered very well in other videos. Instead, let's think about frequency masking and finding some creative ways to automatically carve out space between different tracks in a mix. It's worth noting that all of this can be applied in any DAW, they all have the same basic tools. So let's open a session and get right into it. This first example fixes some clashing between a vocal and instrument, but we're going to listen to everything together for a bit of context, and then I'll solo in on the tracks we'll be adjusting.
After late nights, out and about when you're staring at the ceiling from your couch and wondering what it all means. After cheap thrills, 4 in the morning when you're staring through a windshield missing me, just know that I don't care, and I don't wish I was there.
So you can hear that there's quite a bit of overlap between those two tracks, and what I'm going to do is remove or reduce some frequencies in the keys patch, but only while the vocal is singing. Just start on the vocal track or whichever track you'd like to be more present and more prominent in the mix, and create a sidechain to the other track. In this case, right click, sidechain to this track. On the track that you want to reduce some frequencies on, we need to load a plugin that's going to allow us to selectively reduce frequencies. So almost any dynamic EQ or multiband compressor will let us do this. The best free option by far is TDR Nova, and I'll show you how to use this in just a moment, but I'm going to do this with Pro MB because a lot of people use it and it's quite industry standard. In some DAWs, you'll have to adjust the sidechain settings here, but assuming that it's all set up right, change the analyzer so that we can also see the sidechain input. The grey is the instruments and the red trace are the vocals. If I create a band for some compression, so all the way from the mids through the treble, right now if I reduce the threshold, the compressor is still listening to the keys and then applying compression to the keys. To make it listen to the vocals, we have to open up these expert settings, turn on external sidechaining, and now the compressor is going to be listening to the vocals in this band and applying compression to the Rhodes accordingly. So now you can see compression's being applied, and as the vocals stop singing right here, the compression eases off. Let's hear everything together.
After late nights, out and about when you're staring at the ceiling from your couch and wondering what it all means. After cheap thrills, 4 in the morning.
So I'd probably only apply a few dB here, but hopefully you could hear that effect. In between all those phrases, it just swelled back up. We got all the richness of that keys patch, but because we weren't compressing any of the lows or the mids, we still had a good foundation the whole time. Now, you can, of course, make this much more specific. You could ask it to just address one or more smaller bands for the phase sort of cohesion of the song. Just using one wide band with a little bit of gentle compression can just slightly tuck one track out of the way of the other. And you can achieve this with automation. You could automate all these EQs up and down throughout the song. But if you just spend maybe 10-15 seconds setting up a multiband compressor like this, it can do it for you automatically throughout the whole song. Here's how to do the same thing with a free plugin. The setup's the same, sidechain from the vocal to the instrument, or whichever track you want to reduce. Use TDR Nova. Make sure that you have external sidechain turned on and sidechain on the analyzer. So if I press play, although we're hearing the keys, this is listening to the vocals. We can turn on any band, turn on that threshold, and then have that band reduced based on what the vocals are doing in that band. And you can also select very narrow bands if you want to do some very specific resonance suppression, but usually these techniques work best when you apply them with a little bit of a wider band, but there's no right or wrong. This next example uses free and stock plugins and is a great way to introduce a creative signal flow technique to you, no matter which DAW you use. So I've got some drum stems and a bass, and all of my drums are together on one stem, kick, snare, hi-hat. And I'd like to apply a lot more sidechain compression to the bass. The issue is, if I set up a normal sidechain, so sidechain to the bass track, load up a compressor, let's just set this up properly, so on the drum stem, dial in some sidechain compression. The issue is every single snare and hi-hat is also triggering compression. To make sure that only the kicks trigger the sidechain compression, I'm going to take my drum stem track and route it to a new track that I'm going to call drum filter. Turn off the drum bus for a moment. On this track, I have an EQ. And I'm going to turn the volume right down in the edit so that this doesn't blow out anyone's speakers. But I'm basically just honing in on those kicks at the bottom there. Now, if I sidechain the drum filter track to the bass, sidechain to this track, I'm now going to disconnect this from the master. I don't want that sound to actually go anywhere. I just want the filtered sound to be used as a sidechain. That's a very important step. So if I load up that compressor, and I'm trying to make this compression really obvious, what we had before, every kick and snare is just cutting the bass down. Whereas if I change to that drum filter channel, everything just moves a lot better with the groove. It's really pretty much just listening to the kicks, and occasionally a little bit of the snare cuts through. So I can pull this in a little bit more, but the only point I'm trying to make is that you can use an EQ and another mixer track in your DAW to achieve that more specific sidechain filtering that you might be looking for. If you have, a premium plugin or, one that's maybe a bit more expensive with more features, you can often, detach the band and just have it listen to any frequency you want and compress a different range. You can achieve similar results just by routing and sending things around in your DAW if you think a little bit more creatively. So although I've been using some quite extreme settings so far, if I was trying to dial this in with a little bit more care, the most important thing is that you can actually hear what you're listening to. With this, I'm just listening in a few spaces. I'm sending you the raw audio, so you won't be able to hear quite what I'm hearing. And I'd listen on some systems with a good amount of bass and just keep dialing in the settings until it sounds good in a few places. Usually for these sorts of things, you want things to sound quite tight and controlled, and make sure that the kick and bass are both working to support the groove of the song. If the bass is just rumbling over everything, it's probably not a good idea in a punchy sort of mix like this. But again, all of this is down to your taste and interpretation, so all that really matters is that you can hear exactly what's going on and you can get it to sound the way you want. So that's the end of the audio examples, but I do have a few important things to say. Firstly, you can achieve this effect with some premium plugins that create space automatically for you, but I honestly think just creating a wide band and doing this yourself can sound a lot more pleasing and a lot more cohesive without cutting loads and loads of holes in your tracks and messing with the phase and harmonics. The last thing I want to say is that I do have quite an important announcement coming up. So this will be the first time I've ever asked this, but if you don't want to miss that, please make sure you have your notifications turned on. I've got some pretty big news, which will explain why I've been a little bit less active on YouTube recently. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.